It's good for
Do
you.
you ever think you're going to be on your deathbed and then look back on the 600 and some podcasts you did and be like, fuck, the fuck did I do with my life?
Yes, deathbed. Not like
Not every
day of my current life.
Not even deathbed, yeah.
No.
Shit.
Too real, Brandon Lynch.
That's what they call me. Look for my album.
Welcome to the show. And Captain is here.
Hello.
And Kyle Bakuman, but that's a
Pokemon,
anime.
I know that one.
Is that a? That might even be like a Digimon.
I think that's
also.
a Digimon.
Yeah.
Is it?
I think they're.
Yeah.
If I type Bakuman Digimon into this computer? Oh yeah. Okay.
Bakuman?
He's a ghost type. He looks like a ghost. He's a ghost type. He's like a white ghost with. He's got like big
He's a
teeth.
Ghost. Oh yeah, like a Gengar. I mean,
Yeah.
Ghastly.
Yeah, kind of
No,
like
like
between
a
a
Haunter.
Ghastly and a yeah. He's from the Nightmare Soldiers family. He's virus attribute in case you're wondering.
Perfect.
Bakuman.
It's got a lot of forms. Apparently, hang on. Can Digimon digivolve into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? This dude can go into one of 5 different forms.
They're not.
Phantomon?
Are they just stacked on top of each other? Or?
No,
Or does he
they're
have like an Eevee where he can like just pick whichever one he wants to go to?
yeah, exactly like an Eevee.
Oh wow, I didn't know
Soulmon?
that.
Wow, Soulmon is just him with a witch hat like over its eyes.
So my Bakuman looks like a fucking anteater with a fucking shield on his face.
Is that a Digimon?
That's the one I got too.
I don't know what that is.
Yep,
Oh,
it's
okay.
digital.
I got the ghost.
There's Bakumon
Spell yours.
and Bakumon. Bakumon.
So I'm doing Bakumon. Type Holy Beast.
Holy Beast. Okay. All right. Hang on. Now we're talking.
But he's a child level, which I think is the little pet kinds.
Wikimon. Okay. Oh yeah.
Iris
Look at that. Oh yeah.
Busters.
I remember this dude. He's Is that where they all have like eggs? The egg Digimon. This would be what, season 3?
You're right. Yeah, this is like season. Was it
4?
season 3? This is where the
3 or
movie came
4?
out.
Yeah, right after the.
I thought it was 2 or 3.
This would be the second movie.
You guys got way more into Digimon than I ever dabbled.
Yeah.
It's 'cause it was
You know, like
stupid.
I bet you I think maybe the first 3 seasons I was like fully committed. I got the whole thing, and then somewhere it drew. Well, it's the same with Pokemon. Somewhere I was just like, I don't give a fuck anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, I used to watch Digimon and Pokemon on the regs. One was on right after the other.
Yeah, I remember that.
The like process of them being able to like evolve 4 fights felt very. It was like a lot more Dragon Ball Z, where it's
Yeah.
like they're going to the top. They're going to the fucking top of their powers, and they're gonna fucking have a slugfest, and then
Yeah.
they power back down and are cool little dinosaur guys again.
This is super weird. This totally reminded me. I didn't even remember this dream until right now, like a couple nights ago. Do you remember you had they're like, you remember like
Little
nanos?
Tamagotchi looking things.
Yeah, Tamagotchi was, but it was a Digivice, and you would like
Yeah.
take steps, and they would
Oh,
evolve
yeah.
and train them. I used to have those. I had the original and then the egg one. Last night, super weird. Had a dream that I found mine, and like, it was clear like orange plastic, and weird. What a weird coincidence.
Was it still working in your dream?
Yeah, it totally was, and I was like,
Oh,
I can't believe
fuck.
this fucking thing. I think I might have replaced the battery.
That would be disappointing to wake up from.
I think I remember being like disappointed because I had it, but no one else has them still, so there was nobody to like plug in. They had to like physically plug together to fight.
Yeah,
The real
you can
nightmare.
make like a chain of them.
I remember being like, oh. Digimon. Welcome to the Digimon podcast. Sometimes Greymon would turn to Skull Greymon when he was digivolving poorly, I guess. I remember that was a bad thing that happened. Remember
Yeah, it
that?
was when he was like trying to like force him to evolve.
Yeah.
He was like feeding him and like too much shit, and he's like, "You got to get fucking strong."
That's right. He was
Yeah,
just cramming him full of food.
Yeah, and then instead of turning into like the dope dinosaur, he turned into a fucking pile of bones.
Yeah, Pile of Bones is dope. It has a big missile made of bones on its back that shoots off.
Yeah, that is pretty cool.
Welcome to the world's greatest Digimon podcast. The whole gang is here. We're at Greymon Captain.
I'll go with that.
Angemon Captain. That was one. That was
Yep,
one. I can do
Angemon was
so.
one.
Yeah.
Digimon was OP. He was like the last one to
Kakamon.
evolve.
What's Kakamon?
Is that one of them was a bug, like big electric bug,
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, Kakamon.
and there was a wolf
But that was
and a
Garurumon.
T-Rex.
Garurumon.
I remember Angemon.
One of them, I shit you not. One of them, I shit you not, was a giant cactus with boxing gloves.
Yeah, that was the. Eventually
Flower
evolved into like
lady.
a sexy lady in a flower or something. I remember.
Uh.
But yeah, Cactus with Boxing Gloves is my favorite one. I don't know its name, but it's a cactuar. What is ready to throw hands.
I remember who you're talking about. I know.
Yeah, one of the seven.
What was that one?
It was one of the sevens. It was Mimi's. Mimi had the flower thing. It was Mimi's second form one.
Togemon.
Togemon. And her voice
There you
got real
go.
deep.
Yeah.
Like
Togemon.
Togemon.
Turned
Oh.
into Ponchomon.
Excuse that doesn't what?
Nope, done check out.
It's
Ponchomon?
Is it
right
real?
on the Digimon database.
I thought that was a
Ponchomon.
very clever joke.
Nope.
Ponchomon. These can't be real. See, this was like what I was seeing from the other ones, where maybe this is like this is a borderline racist. Maybe maybe it's like Skull Greymon, right? It's a bad attribute virus, so maybe it's a bad evolution. As maracas stuck into a fucking sombrero. It is a cactus with maracas stuck into a sombrero on it.
Yeah, you can't do that anymore.
I don't think this is real, is it? It armor digivolved due to the Digi-Egg of Serenity. Although it is classified as a ghost type, it is an unusual Digimon that appears to be a plant type. Huh.
It looks like it was in the cartoon. Like there is images of it.
And from its appearance, it is rumored that when a Togemon has died due to unforeseen circumstances, it will become a Ponchomon. It is said to be a Digimon that was generated from a Latin music distribution program. Wow.
Holy shit.
Wow, that's straight off the Digimon wiki. Digimon is something else. Maybe I should get back into Digimon. Goodness me. Video games, gentlemen. You guys play any of them?
Just
Not
that
one.
old Viking game taking everybody by storm. Valheim.
Yeah, 140 hours it says on this sheet, Kyle.
Yep.
That's
Just hit
too
over
much.
140.
That's too much.
It is
I decided
just enough.
I'm not going to burn myself out on that game while it's in early access. I'll wait for the release.
Yeah, absolutely. Wait for the early release. But there is shitloads to do in early access if you're interested. Absolutely.
It's very cool.
Yeah.
Did Brando just turn us off? What was that?
What's going on over there?
Yeah. It's a great game though. Lots of neat little like Norse Easter eggs in it too. A couple of times you'll just be wandering around and you'll see Odin lurking in the woods. It doesn't necessarily say it's Odin, but it's a hooded figure. He's only got one eye. He's carrying a staff.
Oh, well,
Just-
so if I wanted people to think I was Odin and I wasn't Odin, that is exactly how I would look.
There you go.
Have you considered that?
You
Maybe
can see
Loki.
Thor flying around through the sky in like really intense thunderstorms, which is really cool.
I've seen thunderstorms and totally didn't realize. Are the gods in Valheim are they good gods or are they evil?
There
Is
are
it-
no good gods.
You don't know.
I've been playing that game a lot.
But if American gods has taught us anything, yeah, there are no good gods.
Sometimes like, you sort of know what I mean, right? Like, is it Odin like takes their souls to Valhalla, or is it like Odin is a shitty god of war god who is like he'll kill you, he'll fucking
Odin
kill
is
you. if you run
generally
up on him.
considered a pretty shitty person.
Yeah, but yeah.
Like Zeus. Like Zeus is only good in Hercules, the animated fucking movie.
Yeah, I mean, you're talking about a guy who sacrificed himself to himself to gain further knowledge.
He only sacrificed an eye and hanged himself from the world tree. It's fine.
He also brought about Ragnarok when he chained Fenrir.
Okay.
Also, who fucking hangs out with fucking ravens? Shitty people.
Yeah, it's true. It's very true. The man, I'm watching Vikings. You're playing Valheim. The only game I played this week was God of War. The Norse mythologies. Whew, just can't
It's
get
good.
enough.
Vikings
I
is
was
really good.
threatened by a Norwegian last weekend at an anti-mask rally.
The accent seems very unthreatening in a way.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a great game though. I'm really digging it. even all the hours I've sunk into it, it's just a charming game. It's fun to be in.
What are you doing for your 140 hours? You building a castle? Like, what is the?
Yeah, I built myself a nice fortress. There are biomes to explore that aren't fully fleshed out yet, so you can kind of go there and check things out, poke around, see what's there. There are more biome, like Mistlands is coming out soon. I think it's next in their roadmap. So if you go there, it's got huge trees, all this neat stuff to check out. There's biomes at each of the poles as well.
And currently, they're just not like if you go there, there are just no enemies. What is it?
Yeah, there's no enemies at the north. At the south, there's some stuff to check out, and east west both ways, there's stuff to check out as well.
I heard there's a creature in the ocean, possibly.
There's a couple actually. There's a serpent and a leviathan
That you know of.
that you know of. Yeah,
It's a big ocean.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah, one of them's aggressive, so if it sees your boat, it'll just start attacking the shit out of your boat, which sucks. But
Does
they're
suck.
worth it. The spoils are well worth it.
You killed one of these?
Yeah. You get big old slabs of serpent meat. You just fry up and turn into serpent stew, which is one of the best healing items in the game.
Love serpent stew.
That's right.
Valheim.
Great game.
I wish there was a way for us to all play together. That'd
It's
be a
only
fun-
on Steam, right?
Yeah. Fortunately, so far.
That'd be a real fun. Like Minecraft, you can kind of get in there and do. If you just want to build, you can kind of just build. If you want to go out and do some fighting, you can do that. Like it's kind of a.
I also didn't like Minecraft.
Neither do I. This has more of a direction. This has reasonable combat.
I'll say I don't play survival games. I've never been into survival games. This is the first one that's really pulled me in, and it's a survival game without penalty. Like
Yeah. You can't
you can
starve.
build. Yeah, you can build. And if you fuck something up, you can demolish it. You get all the materials back right off the bat. It's not like you're out in the wild dying. You can just pick fruit and stuff and eat that and survive. It's fun.
Yeah, it's very neat. It's a like a interesting kind of almost inversion on the survival stuff where you have a baseline that you'll never get below. You only build up from it, so you never starve to death. Your health bar is tiny.
And the team who developed it, they had a Discord community a few years prior to actually this early access release, and they bounced all their ideas off of this community to get the game to where it is at this point.
Wow.
Which is why it's been so successful, I find.
Yeah,
Or
it
I
sold, like,
feel.
5 million copies or something in the first 14 days, whatever it was.
Yeah.
Which it's a team under 10 people, so that is like a crazy amount of sales.
Huge.
They could. I don't know anything about video games, but it seems like that could go to Xbox somehow. That game is like a gig, less than a gig, I think.
It is 1 gig exactly.
It's like shockingly small.
And there's tons of mods out for it already. People have already increased the server caps to 50.
Oh wow.
Obviously, there's some functionality issues because just the way the worlds are, like when you chop down a tree, you break it in half, everything drops into that world, which causes latency issues if you have a bigger populated server. But
Yeah.
people are working on mods to just cancel that out, just drop it right into your inventory, which will improve. And the developers have also said all they're focused on right now is working to improve connections right now because there's over 5 million copies sold, so everyone's playing it.
Yeah, that's very cool.
Yeah, super good.
Anything other than Valheim?
I just played a bit more Valorant. I just got a little further into it. Checked out a couple of the newer operators, which are a nice variety.
Did we talk about these last week?
Not the new operators, just
What is the new operator? Doesn't the new operator turn back time or something?
the newest operator is like a
Shania Twain.
battlefield overseer. Like she can split the map with like a nice.
Whitney Houston, I think, but
Yeah, I don't think that's Shania.
just hum that at the wall as hard as I could, and I was like, see if that sticks. You just gotta say it confidently.
yeah,
Shania Twain, classic,
right up there with
vintage pink.
yeah. I mean, Pink would have been more believable than Shania Twain. Shania Twain's such a Wild card for that one. Oh,
That's
she covered that. Oh, I gotta go see if she's covered.
It's
it now.
Cher.
Oh, is it Cher?
There we go. Sure. Whatever.
Cher Nia Twain.
I thought it is too. I thought it was Whitney Houston.
We all learned a little something. We learned a little something about Digimon. We learned a little something about Cher today.
Like there's a
Canadian icon.
certain kind of person that would be deeply offended that we rattled off all the bullshit about Digimon and then couldn't say who sung "Turn Back Time."
We came to the
But
wrong
those people ain't in the
podcast.
chat. Yeah.
No, we don't have to worry about them.
Too funny. No, I'm digging Valorant. I like the competitiveness of it. Just the nice CS vibes with a bit of a League of Legends twist to it is nice.
Yeah. What does that new champion do?
She's like a battlefield overseer kind of. A lot of map controlling. She can place down these little star fragments on the map and trigger them on and off with like an overview. And her ultimate just like splits the map into you can't see through the wall, you can't shoot through the wall. It's pretty cool.
Doesn't that already exist? Doesn't somebody already have an ultimate that makes a big wall down the center of the map?
No.
Symmetra in Overwatch has the thing that you can see through,
Yeah.
and your team can shoot through. But I don't know if there's anything in Valorant.
Yeah.
Viper has a wall she can make, which just obscures vision. You can still shoot through it,
the
run through it, all
the
that stuff.
poison
Yeah,
wall.
yeah.
Didn't I'm sure someone did because you would stand on it and that's how you would like jump up the healer.
Sage has her frost wall, but that's like a hard physical wall that you have to shoot through or you can't just jump over.
This
is like a full.
map?
Yeah, this is like
I
you just
see.
take a line on the map, draw it, and it covers the whole map with that wall.
That's kind of cool. That's interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, they offered there's quite a few good mix of new operators in there that I'm enjoying.
Yeah, that's cool that they keep working on it. Are you earning currency did you have to pay money to get this new hero?
No. So when you first download Valorant, you get your new player contract, which you can unlock 2 agents through that, and then just in the game after that, you click on the operator, you can open up their contract, and any experience you get earns towards their contract, and you'll eventually unlock them.
I see. Cool.
Yeah.
Valorant.
Good times if you like Counter-Strike.
I used to. Young man's game, Counter-Strike.
Yeah, fair.
I played that Outriders demo today. Sorry, Brando.
No. Go ahead.
Sure. I played that
fuck.
Outriders demo. New third person, 3 to a squad, looter, shooter. Hey, have you played The Division? It is an awful lot like The Division, except what if instead of drones and tech, you had magical powers, you had fire powers, or rock powers, or time powers.
I got
Power
big
to
Anthem.
turn back
I got big
time.
Anthem vibes from it.
I get that game has huge Anthem energy. That game, So I guess to preface all this, I really don't enjoy The Division. It's not for me, but I can see that it is a well-made product. I understand why people enjoy The Division. I don't know if I see that same call it like a commitment to quality here. Everything in Outriders feels rough. Everything. The way that the shooting handles, the way your powers work and look. Why is everything so fucking foggy all the time? The voice acting is really hit or miss. I think the writing is like pretty bad. And it's so hard not to talk about like Gears of War and other similar games, The Division. But it's very much one of those stick to cover. You can look over, you can fire. The kind of unique thing with Outsiders is every class has a different healing method. So for the pyromancer, for the fire person, whenever you kill someone who's on fire, you heal. If you're the rock person, the tank, I think it's if you kill them when they're like in a certain distance of you, you heal. And so you're sort of incentivized to, I guess, like be more aggressive, be pushing up all the time.
Playing your roles.
Kind of. Your role is always just kill these guys. It seems like just shoot these guys. Like there's no healer. It doesn't seem like they do build one class as like a support class, but it is just shoot these guys. They're bullet spongy like they are in the Division. They have a big health bar that shrinks down. Like the gunplay, I think feels bad. Like I think the Division feels bad, where like you have a shotgun and you go and blast this dude, and because it didn't take down his full health bar, he just doesn't flinch. It didn't kill him, so it just chunks his health, but he's still just moving as though he never got shot. And
It only works with aliens and robots.
it only works with aliens and robots. And like it only works a certain amount. Eventually, I want these bullets to feel like they're doing something. Like as these enemies are pushing up on you, you're just also you blind fire perfectly accurately, which is weird. And there's a reticle in the center of your screen, so you can just like blind fire perfectly, which seemed very strange to me. But like it
Always be crouched.
always be crouched. It is one of those games, and then there is like 12 loot slots. You know, you are getting guns what make the numbers go up, and like the Division, they have range and different gun stats on them.
People are already farming them, I read.
Yeah, I don't know. It doesn't seem great. It doesn't seem even good, maybe.
It looked really unspectacular.
And well,
I checked out a
especially
few streams.
for this like the next gen game, visually it looks like shit. It's so fucking foggy. Like, what are we doing? I thought the whole point of these new consoles, and then being like, oh, new next gen game out of Square Enix. Everything's just covered in fog, and like even when it's not foggy, it looks like you know how in Mass Effect the characters animate in a certain way where you're like, oh yes, I can tell that this was not mocap would not be invented for 10 more years.
Yes, these people are looking into the corners behind each other,
Yes.
not actually at each other.
This is that times 1,000. This is like what was I watching where it was like in a cutscene they didn't even have a character action, they just kind of implied it where like I can't remember what it was, but for example, like character in front of a chair, and then the camera had to like zoom away or something, and then it zooms back and that character sitting as though that character couldn't sit down.
Couldn't pay a guy to do that.
And like it feels cheap, and I think it looks cheap, and it feels like somebody saw the Division and Destiny and went, "Huh, those are making money, huh? We should probably see if we can get a little bit of that."
One of those.
Yeah. I really don't think it's. I played as the Rockman, and that was pretty fun. I think Rockman is dope, but
No.
Not dope enough.
not dope enough.
Shall we all agree to never speak of it again?
Here. You can check the demo is out on everything now, and I guess progress does carry into the main game, so you can try that demo, and if you like, continue. But it is the first, I don't know what percent, but the first chunk of the game as well. So play the demo before you go and spend money on that, maybe. And then I played a bunch of God of War. Oh, it's so good, gentlemen. Oh, it's so good. I'm going to get the platinum. I'm going to do it. I'm going to get 100% everything. I'm going to get the platinum. I'm going to get all those fucking birds, all those ravens.
You get a guide open, obviously, for these
Mhm.
fucking birds.
Mhm.
No, it's not nearly as bad as it looks from the outside.
Yeah. So I'm just going to leave them all to the end because, like, you need abilities
do
and
it.
stuff. So I'll just get all the abilities 100%, just follow the guide and, like, boom, 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 bang them all off.
You never spend very much time in like one area because there's only like 3 in this one area. That you never like. It never feels like you're like, oh, you can never fully check your brain out.
Yeah.
Because it's like, hey, I got these 3. Now I'm going to go to this place. Now I got these 3. Now I got to go to this place.
Yeah. I'm playing on this is like my 3rd loop through, I think, on New Game. This is like New Game plus or whatever.
Mhm.
And I'm playing on Gimme God of War, which is the hardest difficulty. Just got to that King of the Dark Elves. Get through get the light, and then you got to fight that boss.
Yeah.
He's a real fucker. He's a
Oh, he sucks.
he'll just kill you in one hit. It turns out on Gimme God of War. But like that game is to date one of the best playing games, especially at 60 frames a second at 4K. Oh my god, it is so gorgeous and just one of the best playing and best feeling games like to date. The way that axe just hits your hand. Oh, the way that it feels like that thing weighs 1,000,000 fucking pounds.
Closest thing you'll ever get to being Thor. Feels so much better than Thor's hammer in the Avengers game.
Yes. So I am very excited for Kratos to hypothetically get Mjolnir.
Yes.
There's already some fun. You can like throw the axe into a dude and it'll freeze him, where you could just have Mjolnir sit on a guy's chest and he can't get up. I love that. That's my
That'd be
favorite thing.
hilarious.
I don't know if real Mjolnir is like that, but it is in the MCU, and boy,
It's
is
not a
that
real
super.
hammer.
Well, when I say real Mjolnir, you know what I mean.
Of course.
That game is so
Master
good.
Chief's armor.
That game is so goddamn good. Oh,
Andy, you should play that game.
oh, Andy.
I've been told.
It is, I think, truly my favorite game, just bar none ever. I think it is Matt Eads' #1 game. There is
It's right
nothing
up there. It's
I
a
don't
top
like about
fiver
it.
for me.
It's a little trying to think of negative things about God of War. The beginning on New Game Plus fucking blows when you have no abilities. Man, is that first like half an hour a slog on New Game Plus. Other than that, flawless video game.
Warren maintains that the hardest fight in that game was those first 3 fucking guys during the tutorial.
Honestly, is one of the hardest.
It's fucking hard.
Yeah. Yeah, you should check. If you have played it, you should go back and check it out at 4K 60. Looks. Ooh,
I'm saving a playthrough of it for when that next one gets closer.
Hell yeah. So good. Oh, it's so good. And we were even talking about what kicks off Ragnarok? Odin chains up Fenrir?
Yeah.
We haven't even seen. Is it Fenrir or Fenris? Which one is Dark Souls?
Fenris.
Okay. We haven't seen Fenrir or equivalent, I don't think, yet in God of War. He's
not the dragon?
You will know. He's the wolf. The great wolf.
Fenrir's the big wolf.
Which one's the dragon?
The world.
The dragon was also named something close to. No. One of the 3 dragons that you save in God of War has a name adjacent to that, but you're right.
Yeah, probably. Fear or something.
Sure.
I don't have enough good stuff to say about it.
No, me too.
So
it is.
Oh my god! Like every single piece of gear has its own very distinct look, and like
and every fucking line of dialogue, at least like the kind of peripheral stuff, is all just like, I would play a whole game based on this little legend you just told me, Mr. Headman.
Even I'm gonna stop gushing about it eventually here, but like. Even just the writing where you get to that first part where you like move something really big and Atreus is amazed at how strong Kratos is. And he's like, you didn't hurt your back, did you? And just the like, I did not hurt my back that he spits back at him is just, it's so good. It's so good.
It's excellent.
You should play that game, Andy.
Apparently there's a PC port leak for God of War.
2018, I assume. If the new one comes out on PC after they expressly were like, our PS5 games aren't going to come to PC, people would be pissed.
This was published 1 day ago.
Yeah, it must be the first game. Because didn't we have a story last week where Jim Ryan was bringing Days Gone and many others?
Yeah.
Man, that game would look real nice on
Bloodborne.
Real nice. Andrew?
Yes?
How are you? It's been a while. It's been months.
Yeah, it has been months. I just haven't had anything to bring to the table.
How are things?
That's never stopped any of us.
Things are good. I do have a game that we can briefly touch on that is an old game, but I finally had the opportunity to play through it, and that was the Final Fantasy remake.
Oh, shit.
So I got that done.
You finished?
Yeah, I'm all done. I'm finished.
Okay, I have a very important question. Says a lot about you.
You want me to hit? You want to hit me with the question first? Or you want me to hit you with my quick what I thought first?
No, question first.
I don't know how many friggin' squats I did.
No. Which dress did you pick?
Oh, which dress did I pick?
Mm-hmm.
You got to pick a dress?
There are 3. There are 3 you can. If you know what you're doing, there are 3 you can choose from.
Oh, but it's not just like they don't just like put them up on a thing and you just pick them. Like I had to do specific actions.
For Cloud's dress, I
truly can't remember.
Yeah, I can't remember either.
I can't remember. 1 sec here. Clouds.
There are different dresses though, I know.
I know.
I sort of once I saw his hair done in that like just thinking about his 2 braids that come out of his like spiky Final Fantasy boy hair is just everything else kind of loses focus.
Mine was blue.
Yeah, so was mine.
I had the like the really big poofy one with the little
the purple
tiara.
one?
The tiara, yeah, the purple one.
Fucking right.
Oh, that's like the best one.
That is a good one.
That one is so good.
I don't know how I got it though.
I think it might be the hand massage. There's something that triggers it.
No, I got the full hand massage.
Yeah, so did I.
One, and I ended up with the blue corset dress.
Which hand massage?
I also got the expensive one. I think.
I think there are. I think you can pick everybody's dress. I think maybe not Aerith's, but I know Tifa for sure has different dresses because she asks you.
The dresses look fantastic.
Cloud's dresses are so fucking funny.
Oh my god, that was
holy
just.
Shit. And he never even like blinks that entire time.
Yeah, no expressions. I like to when they come out of that place where he gets it and you're playing as Aerith, and she's trying to talk to him, and he's just walking. He's like,
Yeah.
just fucking get out of here. Like,
Cloud.
this is bullshit. You look
you
really
play-
nice. He just keeps going.
Did you play the original, Andy?
No, I didn't. This is my first Final Fantasy experience.
Cool.
What did you think? Having not ever played Final Fantasy before, what do you think is going on by the end of that game? No, maybe we won't like say exact spoilers, but you know.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I'm hopefully people don't hate me for saying this, and you guys don't hate me for saying this as well. Didn't really do it for me.
No,
Not gonna lie. I was very underwhelmed. Like even like it had me in that whole I don't know if it was maybe the buildup that you guys gave it, but I think I was expecting it to hit differently for me. And like I love that style of game. Like I love that kind of like anime, those types of worlds and those types of characters and characters that are overly sexualized and all that crap. Like I'm usually right into all that garbage. But yeah, it just didn't land. It finished and I was like,
didn't feel anything. Hey, Jesse. Well, but what happens? It just
Stuff with Jesse.
Heart of Stone, Andrew. I feel nothing.
Well, no, that bothered me because she was my favorite. She was the one that I loved. And then, but I didn't feel anything for those. Okay, so I just said that it hit hard, and then I said I didn't feel anything. I was upset when she died, and what happened there with those characters, but it didn't really like impact me in any way. Like I wasn't like I don't know, like it didn't hit me. Like I didn't get emotionally drawn. Like the game that it's probably like a weird game to compare it to, but kind of the same game that kind of had maybe how I thought the feel was going to be and how the characters were going to feel was Dragon Quest, whatever the remake one was or whatever. Like I kind of thought that this game was going to grab me in the same way that the characters in that game did, because I felt like really invested in those characters, whereas this one was like it would get me, it would begin to get me, and then something would happen where I would kind of fall out of it, and then it would kind of start to get me again, and it never pulled me in the whole way, never sucked me in the whole way to that story. And I don't think it had anything to do with the fact that some of it felt a little lost on me, because yes, I hadn't played a Final Fantasy before. I just don't think it did it for me. Like they didn't draw me into that world in the way I was hoping it would.
To that point, no other Final Fantasy really leads into this one other than 7 itself, and like even then it's kind of, I had never played 7. You don't need that 7 pre-knowledge at all. As long as you realize like Sephiroth is the bad guy, he's got that big sword, you're like, oh fuck.
I will agree that you don't need to play 7 to understand this game at all, but I will say that this game ended up, I think, at 9 on my Game of the Year list, and it started at like 2. And then every time I was looking over my Game of the Year list, I kept saying the same thing to myself, where it's like I had way more fun recording the podcast about what that game might be, way more than I had actually playing that game. And I think that is all because of knowledge to do with the original Final Fantasy VII. Like Kevin was going on about all this stuff from the original Final Fantasy VII. We were doing our year-end spoiler cast, or not our game end spoiler cast, and I was like, "This is seriously the sickest fucking thing. This is unbelievable." But if you didn't have a Kevin, you don't get any of that. So then you only get the game as it stands on its own, and that was the game that for me was kind of like good, very good quality, but a story where I was kind of like, it was good, not great.
Yeah, I could totally see that as well.
Yeah, and it's I think too, like even, and especially since the story didn't really grab me, nothing about the gameplay for me was really that enjoyable. Like the combat was whatever, and like fuck me, those side quests, I tell you. Like we got to the end of the game where it was like, oh, is there anything you need to wrap up before you go? I was like, just fucking take me there. Like I don't give a shit about those chickens I gotta find or whatever. Like why are you asking me to find chickens so I can fast travel around to find more fucking kids in a town that are running around? Like I'm good. Like I'm good. Get me through this. Like I just wanted to get it done by that point. So yeah, not to sound like a Debbie Downer.
You're not the people's hero. You're the world's hero.
Well, I'm the people's hero if like their problems are interesting, but they're all boring, so I wasn't interested.
One of them is like
stopping Sephiroth.
I need you to find my cats.
Yeah.
Yeah, like ask me to go fight like a giant monster or something. I don't want to go hunt down your damn cat. Well, actually, saving the cats is all right. I care about the cats, but yeah, and like I got to. I'm like, this is a remake of an older game, so obviously some of this stuff's going to be a little more, mundane to an extent because it's a bit older. But yeah, it never. Its hooks were like there. I could feel them on the top of my skin, but they never punctured and got inside of me with that one.
No more. Didn't he grabbed you with Kingdom Hearts? Couldn't get you with Final Fantasy VII remake, huh?
I never played Kingdom Hearts.
Really?
Yeah, no, I never did Kingdom
Weird.
Hearts.
Sorry, in my head, you are like a big Kingdom Hearts fan. You and Brando.
I gave him my full pitch, and he
Yeah,
never,
I don't think
never came around.
I think if they ever did remakes, I might do those, but I've never played any of those.
Well, my
games
friend,
before.
got great news for you.
Yeah, then I'll
Just
probably give it a go then. But
on my
to.
PlayStation, I've got the remakes and the package of the remakes.
Oh, there is remakes.
They're remasters.
Remasters.
Remasters is the right word for them. Yeah, remasters.
That first one sounds bad though. I don't know if I'd be able to do it.
I finished the first one. I couldn't finish the second one.
I think the second one's better. I think the second one feels better than the first one. But tell me how you felt about the arms in the caves, the robot arms.
Oh my god, yeah. So that was the one thing that I texted Brando about. I got to that third one, and I immediately messaged him, and I was like, dude, these fucking arms are bullshit. And he's like, yeah, they almost made me quit. And I was like, yeah, I'm on the third one right now. I'm taking a break. And I had to go back to it the next day. Like, I was like, this is fucking, and I think that's like, that was a situation like that, though the other ones weren't as extreme. Perfect example of when that game was starting to get its claws into me and then just immediately backed off because I was like, this is fucking the big, like there's that one piece of materia that you have to get at the like last one by moving the cranes in a certain way to get Aerith over to it. And it's just dumb. Like I can't even remember exactly how it was, but there was just like they had just dumb rules for the way you could operate those cranes where it just like didn't make sense. And like you had to go
didn't know where the hand was over, and you're like,
yeah,
okay, this is overhead, and then you'd push a button and nothing would happen. I'd be like, oh, apparently this is overhead, but it didn't look like it was overhead.
Yeah, or it would be like, okay, if you drop Aerith off here, you won't be able to go back. And I'm like, wait, what? Like, what am I going back? Like, it just none of it made sense. Like, it was too like, what's the word I'm looking for? It was very stupid. It was asking you to just, in the sequence of events needed to be done exactly as that game wanted you to do them with that stupid crane thing, and that made it extra annoying as well too. It was like, this isn't like, there's no point to this. There's literally no point to doing this right now.
Speaking of no point, did you take the elevators or the stairs in the Shinra building?
I didn't know you could just take. How do you just take the elevator? Only goes up as like a certain amount of levels, and you had to get a new card, right?
Yes, and I think you have a very clear option of like they're like, well, it's however many it is, 170 stories to the top or whatever, and there's a very clear, do we want to take the elevator or do we want to take the stairs? And you have to make a decision.
What happens if you take the stairs?
You walk up the stairs.
Oh,
it's fucking just really comically long staircase.
It takes so long, and like by the end of it, Barrett is like, and like everyone is just falling all over themselves.
It was really funny.
That's actually pretty funny. No, I took the elevator, and then it would like go up, and then it would like stop on a floor, and there'd be guards. So you'd kick the shit out of the guards, and it would keep going, and yeah. So no, I took the elevator. Fuck the stairs. That would have been it. That would have been it for me. I would have never got the game done.
Moment of the year, the stairs.
What else did I want to say too? Yeah, I don't know. I don't want to continue to be negative. But the other thing that kind of got me too is like I heard you guys talk about it so much, and you would talk about like these moments and stuff, and like allude to these certain things like the squats and different things like that. And then I remember getting to these moments that I remember you guys talking about, and I'm like, oh, here's the thing that I'm gonna think's really funny. I'm gonna be able to relate to it with everybody, and we're gonna be able to laugh together. And then I did it, and I was like, that was fucking bullshit. There's nothing about that was memorable, and I hated it. Like I hated every single one of those.
Maybe we were wrong.
Yeah, like none of it landed. Like those, like after I did that squat thing, I was like, I never fucking want to do this again. Like I don't care how many Eads got.
That's
like,
loser talk.
Yeah, that's talk. Yeah. That's why Jules don't respect you for shit.
Yeah, well, but just that was kind of how that game was for me. I went into it expecting all this stuff to kind of wash it. I like it. For me, it just seemed like it was just gonna land. It was gonna be an easy hit. Like I was like, this is going to resonate with me so perfectly because I love this style and I love these types of worlds. And just did not do it. Did not do it for me. The plate falling was pretty good. That was, I think, after that, I think it started to go downhill for me, where like I wasn't excited about the story anymore. But the whole plate thing, other than the deaths feeling kind of underwhelming, that part I thought was like extreme. I was like, oh shit, like shit's fucking going down here. So that was pretty cool.
I think
I
that's a
also like
very.
the biker guy.
You like the biker guy?
Yeah.
Yeah,
he's
I don't
fucking
really know
dope.
who he was or anything,
Ro-
but
Ro-
just
Ro-
Roche?
Roche, yeah.
Roche. He showed the guy who
I like
shows
the
up
guy who
once
fucking-
and is like maximum speed or whatever, and then you never see him again.
yeah.
Never saw him again.
Later.
Yeah, like that was just it. Like he was just so ridiculous. I just couldn't get enough of it. I was like, if I'm a character in a video game, I'm that fucking guy. Just coming in, causing shit, fighting the main hero, then fighting the bad guys for some reason, and just being like, all right, see you losers, I'm out of here. And then just like do a 500-foot jump off of flat ground. And take
Yeah. Like I'm literally too cool for either faction in this game.
yeah, like fuck off, all of you. Yeah,
I like the guy who flipped the coin up in the air and then shot it and ricocheted the bullet off the spinning coin.
Oh
And
yeah.
I was like, you know what? There
Rufus.
should be a game about you.
Yeah, that was pretty good too. So yeah, I guess it had a couple of moments, but yeah, overall, like that
Not the
DLC and
squats.
stuff, I have no interest in going and play the DLC. I'm done with it.
Sephiroth's music didn't get you.
Dun, dun, dun.
I mean, the music was good throughout that game. I think I texted Brando too and said the music in this game
DVDs.
slaps. So, but Sephiroth's music doesn't like I can't play it in my head, but at the time it probably was super dope.
Biggest
But
loser ever seen. Sephiroth.
What's next for you, Andy? Are you continuing your PlayStation journey, or are
Final
you...
Fantasy VIII.
no, I got it once Matt figures out where Last of Us 2 is. I got to play that.
Yeah, somebody's got the
yeah.
disc. I don't know who's got the. Maybe put that one.
That's got to be Oj.
Yeah, I think it is.
As long like if it has not
I think it
migrated
is.
from our little group, then Oj was last to play it. So
All right. Well, maybe I'll play God
Were
of
you
War
in
then.
on Last of Us with? I thought it was me,
No.
Kevin, and Oj.
yeah,
Okay,
no, I got
okay.
my own,
Okay.
and it's digital. Otherwise, I'd give it to Andy.
I'm surprised I didn't buy that one digital.
It's good.
I have Final
good.
Fantasy VII digital, but not. That's very uncharacteristic of me.
I think
It
you'll really
shocked me,
like.
too.
I think you'll really like Last of Us 2, Andy, and I'm very confident you would love God of War.
Yeah,
All right.
God of War is a real gem.
Well, maybe I'll pop that open while I'm waiting for Last of Us 2.
Yeah,
I gotta
that's a
finish
good
Lord of the
choice.
Rings
Play.
first.
That one I think gets its hooks in you in a way that I didn't even like. I never got hooks in me in Final Fantasy VII. Like I said, I had way more fun talking about it after. God of War was just like one of those get home from get home from work and play it for like until 2 a.m. and then go to bed and wake up and try and squeeze in 4 hours before you went to work. And
Have you
Good.
played any of the other God of Wars?
No, I haven't. This would be a new experience for me.
I should find you a primer for the first three. You get, again, you don't need to play those first three at all, but you'll get a little something more just knowing who Kratos is and you know what he's been through.
Can I watch a YouTube video?
Yeah, totally.
Oh,
I'll
yeah.
find you a good one. Totally.
Okay.
Or
Yeah,
even
send me
like
a YouTube video.
maybe
We got to be careful with how many games we stack on my schedule because I will not get to all of them. So I think it's best if we maybe just catch me up with a quick vid and then I just play it.
Yeah, totally. I think God of War will be one that I hope you like it. I really love it.
All right. All
we had
right.
a couple people in our Warren never played the first three. I don't think.
Yeah, that's probably the first three are kind of tough to go back. The first one is very hard to go back to. 2 and 3 are the games haven't changed all that much since then.
No,
but
no.
1 is pretty rough. And I can't even start talking about it again. Time travel.
don't do it.
Oh,
Don't do it.
it echoes.
Don't you do
Brando, you got any
Yes.
games? What have you been?
No, nothing
No.
overly interesting.
No.
No, that's a dumb question. I did purchase Mario 3D World and Bowser's Fury, but I have only interacted with the 3D World part of it thus far, which I'm sure I've talked about on this podcast the first time I played through it. So
Tremendous game.
it's a very good game.
One of the best, and maybe one of the least played. One of the most overlooked.
Incredibly
Yeah, well,
addicting.
That was the Wii U's fault. So hopefully now that it comes to Switch, it gets a little more recognition.
I got that game with my Wii U, drunk after a trip to Boston Pizza with our friend Andy here.
Yep. I
You
gave
were-
him the pitch.
Yeah.
And if
It's like,
there's one
Do it.
thing I know about Brando is if I want him to do or get something, it's to do it while we're having beers at the bar.
Yeah.
Especially if it's after an Oilers win.
Yeah, no goes right out the window. And he's
Yeah.
like, let me tell you about this Wii U. And I was like, how much is it? And he fucking said one syllable, and I was already in the EB games.
Done.
Cloud of dust.
Yeah.
left behind.
I think it was 3D World that I was pitching to you too. I was like, yeah, they got like the box set in there. You get it with that game. It's a really good game, and yeah, it was tremendous.
I think it was
Awesome
one
game.
of like 5 games I owned on my Wii U.
Mario Maker, Breath
Mario
of the
Maker 3D
Wild,
Bayonetta.
Mario Kart.
Mario Kart and Splatoon.
Yeah, I own Splatoon 1. And I don't know if I ever got 2.
Mario Party.
I think Wii U. I don't think there was one on Wii U.
Wasn't that? Oh, we played the one on the Wii that time.
I think so. Oh no, wait, there was a Wii U Mario Party.
Yeah, I
We
think
were
that
at
was
Robbie's.
the one where, yeah.
Yeah, because the gamepad was Bowser.
A wonderful and terrible
yes,
night.
Yes, yes. I remember that night well.
Yep.
I don't.
I remember the beginning of that night well. Mac was that lady's name. Is how well I remember that night. Boom.
Wow, holy.
Not bad, hey? It's because I knew.
is-
It's because I always remember she had like an unusual name. I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
Mac.
Yeah.
Well, fellas,
That's
take a quick commercial break here and come back, do some news. I'm not going to forget to put the ad in this week. And if I do, there's going to be fucking hell to pay. So if you're listening to Tron, we'll be right back. If you're listening to the regular version, go check out the premium version where there are no ads over on weebs.ca. That's weebs.ca. All right, we'll see in a second. It's a good time,
Perfect.
you know? No computer, no games are really coming out right now. It's a good time for like a not a full sabbatical, you know. Still doing the podcast and things, but like I'm not playing shit. I'm playing God of War
Yeah.
over and
Fucking
over and
why
over and
not?
over and over again.
Start it again when you're done.
It's the greatest game ever made.
I can't even laugh. I've played Dark Souls too many times, so
Yeah, this is my Dark Souls. It
I
controls
remember
as well as
There was a
way
point. What's
better.
that realm? The realm with the almost like the roguelike.
Oh, the Mist Realm is Elfheim,
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah, the
Niflheim.
Niflheim. Yeah. I remember like the first time I played through, and I went in there and I was like, "This is fucking kind of stupid. It doesn't fit in with the rest of the game." Like even what is it, Muspelheim?
Mhm.
Muspelheim,
Mhm.
whatever that is. Even that, I was like, okay, that's kind of like a combat arena in a way that makes sense in a game like this. But that other thing, I was like, this seems like a stretch. And then the second time when I got like really good at the combat and made the combat really hard, then I was like, oh no, this is the best part of the game. This is fucking unbelievable.
That was the one part, the Valkyrie at the end of that fucking thing was the one, and then the one afterward. I could not get through, because you have to get through the mist and then fight the Valkyrie with like the mist damage on you, so you're going in compromised.
Isn't it checkpoint?
I don't think so. I remember having to make that run because that was what broke me. I'm like, I cannot do this run through the fucking maze every single time to fight the Valkyrie for 5 seconds to just die.
I can't believe I did that.
Those Valkyries are very doable, even on Gimme God of War. They're not.
Mm.
They have patterns you learn, and they're not super hard. But
yeah,
let's just keep talking about God of War. In other news, the god of battle royales, Tim Sweeney,
That's
CEO
what they
of
call them.
Epic. They bought Fall Guys. Epic has purchased the Fall Guys developer, Mediatonic. Tonic Games Group from Mediatonic.
Would you call Fall Guys a battle royale?
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Totally.
Any game where you drop 100 in and one leaves the winner is a battle royale.
Yeah, I'm with Andy.
Mm-hmm.
What?
What's
okay.
the minimum amount of people?
What about
Are
one
marathons battle royales?
What about 1 versus 100? Is that a battle royale?
Nope.
All right.
A hard stance. I can
you have
appreciate
your
it.
answers.
Perfect. All right.
They say that so I guess it's coming to Xbox and Switch very soon. The developers say that those plans are going to be going forward unchanged, but they directly call out Fortnite and Rocket League as having tons of features they'd love to bring to Fall Guys, and you can see a world where it's kind of surprising maybe it isn't. Fall Guys is free to play and does the cosmetics thing. and probably makes a lot more money, I would guess. I think it's doing pretty well right now, but like people seem to be crazy about those cosmetics in a way that.
Well, it's just a lot of people too. It's such a simple formula and such a simple shape for a character that you can pretty much take like the possibility, kind of like Rocket League with kind of some of their crossovers and stuff they did. Like you can do so many crossovers with different popular things and get so experimental with how those little buggers look. And like it's not, the cosmetics don't really have anything complicated about them. Like it's a top piece and a bottom piece, and like you can mix and match. Like it's simple, right? So. And they look goofy. They look goofy when you put stupid crap on them.
They pop as well. Like you really see the cosmetics in Fall Guys, as opposed to something
you feel like you're, and especially when you get 100 of them together, like it just looks funny, and you kind of like feel like you're showing off your guy in a way, and like you can also see what your guy looks like. Like it's not like cosmetics and like Apex or something like that where you can't really see it, or like Overwatch or something, right? So
gun skins.
You feel like you're showing yourself off more.
I wonder if they could now canonize that the little Fall Guy beans are driving the Rocket League cars.
That'd be great.
I think. Well, how have we ever got how big are the Rocket League cars? Are Rocket League cars to scale?
Rocket League cars appear to be standard car size.
Or is the ball a standard size soccer ball?
No, you can kind of tell based on like the surrounding arena, like the bleachers and everything. Where it's like, oh yeah, this car is like 3 rows of seats tall.
Yeah, okay, because those guys are like 6 feet tall. Remember, the Fall Guys are as big as we are.
I think they could, in theory, canonize that, but will anyone be brave enough? Is the question.
That's true.
Is the Fall Guy beans, whatever they're called, are they eligible to join the Justice League?
I think you just have to believe in truth, power, and the American way.
Have they done a Batman thing in Fortnite? I know they've done.
They have.
Okay, I was gonna say, and Aquaman. I remember now. Yeah, they're all over that shit, aren't they?
You could just recently buy the Joker a little while ago in Fortnite.
Joker's trick. I just watched. What was it? The first DC movie that I've really Shazam. I just watched Shazam, and it's actually really good. It's like surprisingly good.
Shazam is fun.
Yeah,
it's a fun movie.
It is the first DC film that I didn't.
Fun.
Yeah, I didn't walk away from that film being like, well, that was a waste of 2 hours. Yeah, I like Shazam a lot.
Just wait for the Snyder cut
of Shazam.
Snyder cut of Shazam.
Yeah,
just wait for Black Adam. That's going to be good. The Rock.
The Rock is playing Black Adam.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
And I think I don't know this because I'm not really a DC guy, but I think Black Adam and Shazam are
arch.
Yeah, they are. They're arch rivals.
There's one little detail I love in Shazam where when he says Shazam, the lightning bolt always has to come down from the heavens. So no matter where he's at, there's like good scenes of him just destroying buildings and shit.
Yeah.
And like that's I won't say anything, but that is that's a really fun movie.
It is a tone that DC could stand to maybe go that way a little more often.
Yes.
Instead of taking themselves so self-seriously.
There's a part where at first it starts with just wizards and stuff, and I'm like, okay, this is kind of fucked. This wizard looks like a fucking wizard-ass wizard.
Flava Flav.
And yeah, is wearing a big like necklace with a lightning bolt on it around his neck, and tells this dude like, put your hands on my staff, which made me laugh in real life, and then the character laughed in the film, and I'm like, okay, I see what we're doing.
Guy gets it.
And he's like, say Shazam. He's like, for real? I'm like, yeah, all right, I see what we're doing here. Carrying on with news. Speaking of superheroes, Marvel's Avengers is about to get worse, more grindy for some reason. So the next gen update is coming out, I believe, on March 18th. They say here. Here's what they say on their website. I don't know what the issues are, but they say, based on these issues, we will be increasing the amount of XP needed to level up, starting from around 25. The amount will increase the closer you get to 50, so it will take longer to reach higher levels, and will only affect character level, yada, yada, yada. So instead of being... Because remember, leveling up used to just be like a straight line. Level 1 to 2 took exactly as long as 49 to 50. It is now an exponential curve starting at 25, which... Why? Like... Getting a character 1 to 50 already fucking takes so long in that game, and it's not it's not this super satisfying thing. They lay out some stuff in on their blog about how like we want it's all about abilities. They're like, we felt people were getting abilities too fast, and we want every ability to be significant, yada 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 yada. But like, this solution is not to slow down your already slow, super fucking grindy game by 50%. What are you gonna do for that extra levels? There's no more content. Like you already getting a character 1 to 50 are playing all that content 50 times.
And I strongly disagree with them that people were getting the abilities to, like, that game got exponentially more fun as you got abilities. Like when my Iron Man was fully maxed, that was at the point where I was like, this is fucking a lot of fun to be Iron Man now. Shame we only played like 2 more days after I achieved that. But like, if anything, I feel like they should get you there faster, get you all those abilities as fast as possible. And then if the question is, well, then what do you do with Iron Man? I don't fucking really know, but I don't think the answer is just wait longer to get all the abilities that I ended up having fun with.
It
Totally
never
agree.
feels good going through all of the content of a game to get like the power up that you wanted or the gameplay that you wanted at the end.
It's
when you're already done the game.
And like a lot of like MMOs and faux MMOs, MMFOs, the game kind of begins at the end game. You level up and then you start unlocking this whole other tier of abilities and start working on these other resources and things.
Yeah.
And it's kind of fun at max level. Like Brandon said, I like playing Thor with all the abilities unlocked. I think he is cool. But like, and I was even thinking, I'm like, okay, next gen update's coming out. You know, there's she's not Hawkeye. What's her name? Lady Hawkeye. Hawkeye's trainee.
Kate Bishop.
Kate Bishop is in now, and Hawkeye's coming soon. They got that next gen update. Perfect time. I'm gonna get back in there, play me some Avengers. Great. And then for them to like get out in front of it, they even say at the end of this, if you have a character who isn't level 50 and want to speed up their progress, take this time to do so before the update on March 18th.
No.
Like what? And just the thought of there's no content in that game. Like getting 1 to 50, you're already doing it over so much. It's the same fucking room over and over. Sometimes you're out in the forest, I guess, and sometimes that forest is on fire. But why, man?
Doesn't make much sense at
go
all.
Play Outriders. Few details on the. It stopped me here, by the way. Also, if anyone has a comment, and I'm just clear cutting you, I minimize the video when I read the news page.
Avengers sucks.
Avengers sucks. Man, even after WandaVision, like, I'm so ready. I'm so ready.
Yeah.
You want to tell
Is
me
Vision
that
in the game?
in there?
he's not yet, but he will be?
Wanda's not in there yet. But
Yeah.
she will
What
be.
Earth
I imagine.
is that? You know, what it's not 2800. It's not 616. You know, what? Oh, there's a world where the Avengers game is my shit times 1,000. What happens?
Universe 2 fucking lame.
Yeah, like just fucking like that style. The style of game that they're trying to make has been done decently well. Just fucking do that with Avengers, you fuckwads. Like, come on, what are you doing? There's all this money on the table. Like, let's go.
Oh, they dropped it. They dropped
the
ball.
abilities were there. Like the characters were there. We were all having fun with our dumb little characters, except for Andy, who couldn't fucking keep up because.
Well, I was okay. I mean,
no way for Captain America to keep up with those guys.
I was okay once I finally got there, but yeah, like the fucking traveling was a little bit. But what do you do, right? Like I almost like that to an extent because I'm like, yeah, this is how this. I wish you could pick me up as Iron Man and like fucking carry me over.
It really cast an impressive light on the Marvel Cinematic Universe Captain America that he always seemed to be in the right place at the right time.
Yeah.
After watching you like come into a fight halfway through because we fucking zipped over there and Hulk jumped and Repulsor fucking blasted our ways over there.
And you never see it on the films, but he's just constantly like keeping up,
sprinting around.
On your
Half
left.
the movie, he's running.
Yeah.
I just remember I was laughing so hard, and he's trying to get fucking wherever he's going, and he just keeps saying like, "You're a little faster if you jump."
I don't want to jump. It looks stupid.
Andy trying to decide if he wants to keep doing front flips all the way across the level, or if he wants to look cool and get there fucking 30 seconds after the fact.
It's so annoying. It's like I said, even too, like playing Zelda and shit. Like I don't want to fucking roll around his Link the whole game. Like it's so fucking annoying. Like fuck me. fuck, a little bit faster. And Warren's like, well, like he's Hulk, so he's like, oh, like I do the jump thing. I always get there on time. He fucking like jumps 500 fucking feet every time.
Yeah, I guess Hulk just flies basically. He's just, whoosh.
Yeah, and I'm
That's
like
good shit.
fucking jumping 10 feet with every jump, and I'm like, fuck off.
I hope they get that game there. I want a reason to like it so bad. It looks
Yeah, me
good on the new
too.
consoles too.
Mhm.
Like, and that's without the next gen version even. So, a few details on the new Switch, which Nintendo is still not publicly admitting exists, but enough detail is out at this point that it does. Rumored to have a Samsung OLED screen, which will be 7 inches across, a little bit bigger. The standard Switch is 6.2 inches across. The Switch Lite is 5.5. 720p handheld, 4K when connected to a television.
Wow.
That's quite the jump. 720 to 4K is going to be quite the jump.
Why is it still 720p on handheld though?
Because I assume because it's so tiny.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
but
bet
like
they'll-
our phones
Right in your
are.
face.
that would affect. Wouldn't that affect battery life and stuff too? If it
Yeah,
had
maybe
higher
maybe they
resolution
just can't
stuff?
get the touch screen that high res yet.
Yeah, I wonder. Production's supposed to start in July, which would put these up for a holiday release, which makes sense. I don't ever play my Switch, but every time I think about it, I'm like, ooh, this is gonna look really bad on my 4K TV now. I'm not even gonna plug it in. I'm not even gonna try.
Relegated to handheld mode.
Yeah,
I'll probably get the some bitch.
I
They
want to
got that,
play Breath of the Wild in 4K.
Well, that new Breath of the Wild, or whatever that's going to be, that new Zelda game, going to look fucking pretty good on that.
I would not expect, but not be surprised by a holiday this new Switch, and here is our new game for it, Zelda.
That would surprise me.
You think so?
Zelda this year would shock me if they put that out. I don't think we're getting that till next year. I think they'll have something else that, like, I think Brando, was it you,
Metroid.
Brando, that was throwing around Mario Kart Holiday? I could see them, like, pushing out a Mario Kart or something like that when they announce it.
Oh, yeah, it's
But,
been a
No,
while,
I don't.
hasn't
That's
it?
not based on anything. I think we were just kind of speculating, and I hope. Like, I think it's time. Like, I think it's time for a Mario Kart, but I certainly don't know that there's going to be one.
Yeah.
You're
Well,
right.
either way, it would be that type of game. Like, I don't think it would be, it wouldn't be like the Zelda. They would definitely be like, they would do a trailer and be like, hey, here's a new Zelda coming. It's going to be in 4K now on this, but I don't think we're getting it this year.
They're way overdue for a Metroid game.
Well, yeah, there you
Never.
go. Like that,
They've
Metroid
given
could
up
be
on
it.
Metroid.
Oh, have they?
No, have they?
I heard this on another podcast. The Metroid, I guess, is big in the West. The West really likes Metroid. I don't know how well Metroid ranks in Japan anymore, which is maybe why Nintendo doesn't really care all that much about Metroid. But like that, whatever Metroid game is being worked on is super in development hell, isn't it? It's been restarted a bunch, and didn't it just change developers again?
I have no clue.
I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not. I am not really up to speed on my Metroid details. So take that with a grain of salt. Do your own research. E3 2021 officially canceled. Well, actually, unofficially canceled. The city of LA is listing it as a canceled event, which not very surprising. Even without the pandemic, E3 was knocking on death's door.
You think that's just it now? It's just never happening anymore?
No, I think they'll come back and do something. I don't think they need. Like, I don't think E3 needs to be what it once was ever again. But I think they will do their damnedest to make it. Like, it is their number one money draw.
I bet
Yeah, it's just
Nintendo.
a-
They are They will be
Sony
very
and-
desperate to keep that thing going.
I bet Nintendo, Sony, and Microsoft are never again. Maybe not never, but won't be at E3 going forward.
Well, they might do stuff for it, but they're not gonna like
Well, Sony-
Nintendo will still release like their little updates or whatever, but they're not gonna hold like a huge presser and like save all their best stuff for it. They'll just do like a little thing probably.
Yeah, or they'll do their own thing at the same time, but you're not gonna pay money to go on the E3 show floor and play the new Nintendo games. They'll do their own thing, off-site.
Yeah.
E3
there
is
you go.
very expensive, very, very expensive, and the
For
question
what?
is, the question's always been for what. And now that we've gotten away from it for a year, and it's like, oh, these streams that we do anyways work exactly the same. Maybe we don't need to spend millions of dollars for our floor space.
Well, and two, like it would be, like like who like are there still people who would want to go there and wait that long to get their hands on some of that stuff first? Like, is that still a pretty big
Probably.
desire for a lot of people? Like,
I don't know. It's not what it was, right? Like
yeah,
it's
like
not.
like as somebody who's never really been there or experienced that, like there was a, and granted I'm getting older, there was a time where I maybe would have really liked that, but now just with the way that games change so much from that event before they come out, it's like I fucking might as well just like I'll play the beta or I'll just get the final product. Like it
Yeah,
makes more sense for developers just to put out betas on some of those games and then just let people get their hands on it that way, and then they can, actually work on making it a better game through that method as opposed to getting results off an E3 for or something.
totally. And we can do that now where, 25 years ago when E3 was first conceived, you couldn't get demos out to people as easily,
Yeah,
It made sense to
yeah.
have everyone come to LA to play the games once a year.
And also too that like when it comes to for review sites or just streamers in general, like I'm fine with watching someone else play early release version of a game and just showing it off, and then I'm good. Like, okay, cool, that looks awesome, I'm into that. I don't need to play the 2 minutes of that would be available for me if I waited in line for 4 hours. Like, I saw it, it's gotten me excited, and I'm gonna keep tabs on the development moving forward.
You don't want to
So,
be. Sorry, go ahead.
oh no, I was gonna say it's what Valheim did. They had like a whole community, just Discord, and they put out the beta to the community and just got the feedback from them on what the tweaks and changes they could make before actually releasing it on Steam.
Yeah, yes, but E3 is like such a different. Remember when they put like those
Yeah.
decks leaked and they were talking about like activations? We need activations for our users. We think users will. There's like all that like pay to watch fucking whoever play NBA 2K21 and like it's a money grab at this point.
Yeah, E3 has never seemed like the place to go to play the best games. It's just the place to go to see what's new in the business.
Yeah, but not even anymore. Like you don't need to go to E3 and you're exactly as informed as if you did. You used to sneak your way into E3
Yeah.
and like get to see demos that weren't released and like, haha, I told them I worked at this website, you fools. I got to play Tomb Raider before it was out or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was cool in the day. It was very cool to have gone. Valve's Artifact. That was that card game. The Dota card game is officially dead. Again. They
Oh no.
they put the game out. It had a kind of unique business model for these types of games where you just bought packs and cards like they were current cards. You bought in for an amount and then bought packs and cards and things. And then it did not do very well, so they started to rework it with what was going to become Artifact 2.0, and probably be free to play, you would have to imagine. And they have since stopped it all. They're going to release everything they've finished. It's all going to be free to play if you want to check out Artifact, but they're pulling the plug on it.
Yeah, it was not anything that even if it was good, I was going to play, so I'm not too bent out of shape about it. But
Yeah, it looked unique. There are a lot of card games, and when one, it looks like it's doing something different. Like this one kind of had like strategy elements, it looked like, to it. It had elements of Dota,
pave the way for Gwent.
Pave the
Get out of
for
Gwent's way.
It's a perfect video game. It's never been patched. And then, I don't know who put this last story on here. PlayStation Store to end movie TV sales and rentals.
Oh, that's weird.
Fuck that lame shit, my page says.
Mm,
Ending August 31st, 2021. Is that Brando, I assume? The only person
no,
I know who...
I've never owned a
PlayStation.
like a rent. Yeah, like a rental. I don't rent. Always rented my stuff on Microsoft or bought my stuff on Microsoft. And then when I got my TV, I do it through Google now. So
Is that
it was
Kyle?
not me. I actually don't care. But
Was it Andy?
It was not me.
Fuck off. It must have been Kevin then. It must have been Kevin. Because Kevin was originally going to be on this show. And
yeah,
then,
that makes sense.
Probably
Yeah, it
exactly
must
what
have been
it was,
Kevin.
so,
That's weird. That's weird. Brando's the only person I know who actually like does the rent through or ever did the rent through the console thing.
I rented through Microsoft all the time.
I've rented through Amazon. That's it.
Now I do. I'm the same as Brando, though. Now I use Cineplex or Google to get my stuff.
Yeah. I just don't watch things till they come to me.
Sometimes it's really good. It's only
Yeah.
like $4.
Yeah, so
Those lighting guys gotta get paid.
I'll go like kick around behind the Sobies or whatever and see if hey man, you want to see Tenant with these Korean
Some
subtitles?
DVDs fucking fall off in the truck.
Yes, I do.
Right.
I watched Joker with Korean subtitles the first time.
Fucking right. The way it was meant to be seen.
That's right. Yeah, let's call that a show. Let's call that a show. I was thinking about maybe launching something else there, but I'll swerve at the last second here. Podcast at talkingreckless.com is an email address. I'm just going to do one last check here, but I think we pretty much got it all. Some good WandaVision, some good kind of MCU discussion in general up on Tron for you this week. Maybe I guess we got more Marvel stuff coming out. I was going to say maybe the last Marvel talk for a while, but that's probably not
It's
true.
2 weeks. We're gonna be chatting Falcon Winter Soldier, baby.
That's right.
Feels good.
It feels so good to be back.
Yep.
Go check that out over on the Patreon, weebs.ca. Or if you don't want that in your browser history, you can go to patreon.com/talkingrecklesspodcast. Go on our Discord. Just find it by going to our website, talkingreckless.com. What else do we do? I guess that's it. D&D is kind of hit or miss here. I think we're sort of on hiatus till we get back in the studio. Although we've not really discussed that. I think we just sort of fell into it. But yeah, go check
We're
it out.
down under 250 hospitalizations.
That's good. That's very good. The number
We're trending in the right direction.
That's right. The number is going down, but restrictions are about to lift. So
Yeah.
But the vaccines are also here.
yeah,
Uh,
if you were born in
roll out.
1946 or earlier, you are eligible to get vaccinated here in Alberta, anyways.
And everyone should have at least their first dose before the end of June.
That's good. That's
Yeah.
they were saying fall earlier, so that's
Well, they were
very good
the
news.
the kind of the latest on the whole thing is it was supposed to be in September, but now it's going to be end of June, and they also figure the Johnson & Johnson one is a one shot, but they also figure too with the other vaccines that you are protected enough with one dose that they can probably start a reopening process. So if you get like the Pfizer, you'll be fine, and then you just get your second one later whenever they get more doses into the country.
Yeah, it'd be cool to get back in studio. I don't remember when we
Fuck yeah.
went into lockdown studio-wise, like August or something, because we were in there a little bit past.
We did two, right?
lockdown.
I think we did 2 lockdowns. We
Yeah,
left,
yeah.
we came back, and
Yeah,
then we
you're
left
right.
again.
Yeah,
But I
fuck,
don't
it's
remember
been
any of
so
it because
long.
time is
And
gone.
I still have like thousands of dollars of studio equipment that showed up, and then we got kicked out of the studio.
Brutal.
Oh, one day, gang.
We'll be there.
Yep.
The light is visible at the end of the tunnel for the first time in a long time.
Can't wait to get back in that studio.
Soon.
Yeah, everybody at home, stay safe and wear your masks, because then we'll be able to get back in even sooner. Andy Cap,
Hell yes.
thanks very much for joining us here on the podcast.
Thank you for having me.
Brandon Lynch, pleasure as always.
Yes, it is always a pleasure.
Kyle Buckamon or Bakemon, depending on if you're talking about the ghost or the whatever the starter one.
Rodent.
Yeah, angelic rodent.
Always a good time.
And you at home, thanks very much for watching or listening. Go check out the Patreon over on weebs.ca. Some lovely anime discussion going up, hours and hours of it every week, and it helps pay the bills around here. And we'll see you here next week on the next Talking Reckless. See you then.